So today I'm going to be doing a bit of a review of something I purchased a couple weeks ago. Um, I'm gonna move over because I think the sun is kind of washing me out. Here we go. Ignore the mess. My hair looks kind of gross. I just took a shower, so it's still wet and all that. Um, so to kick it off, I really love art, and I'm not the best at it, but I find it fun. And I do like to paint. So I was scrolling on Instagram a couple months ago, and I saw an ad for a company called Martha's Painting. Essentially, the ad was talking about a paint by numbers kit, but it wasn't just an ordinary paint by numbers kit. It was you send in your picture and they will make a paint by numbers of your personal pictures. And so I thought that was really cool. I was like, oh, I'm getting that. So I went online and I ordered two kits. One was meant to be a gift for my boyfriend. It was just a cute picture of us that we had taken a couple days before. I do have it here because he just keeps forgetting to bring it home. And the second one is a picture of my great grandma. It was a picture of her sitting in my great aunt's car, and it was a convertible, so the top was down, and she was wearing my dad's motorcycle helmet. It was just a really cute and silly picture, and I really loved the idea of having a painting of it. So I ordered them. The total cost of the two kits, and I bought two frames for the kits, and that was $130 and some change. So not too bad. The pricing is based on size. I don't remember how much each one was individually. Obviously, the bigger the painting, the more it costs. I also did get a 10% off code, so this price is reflecting the free shipping that was offered and the discount. Because it was one of those things where you logged onto the website and it gave you spin the wheel for a coupon code, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? That being said, let's go over it. I would like to say, obviously, I am not being paid to say this. This is not sponsored. This is not an ad. They are not affiliated with me in any way, and when we get through the review, they probably won't want to be because I'm a little unhappy, but we will get into all that. So let's start out with the frames. My first impression with the frames wasn't worth buying them. I'm not sure what wood it is, but it was pretty packed. It was packed pretty poorly. It was kind of wrapped in some plastic, and it was wet inside, they were damp. So not sure why, but some sort of condensation was building up in there, and it kind of made the wood damp. So when I opened it, it just smelled funny. The wood was cut pretty poorly. Some of the edges were jagged, and some of the notches that slide together were either loose or tight. They didn't fit together perfectly. They were either really had to fight to put them in, or they kind of flopped around. So I actually wound up, since they were flimsy, I put some Elmer school glue in the cracks of the notches to seal them together as best I could. So now let's get on to the kits. Now, I really thought, and I'm looking at a script, because every time I had an issue with this, or anytime I had a thought about it, I wrote it down so I'd be able to give an honest review. So I really thought I got scammed, because I ordered these about Thanksgiving of 2020. This right now is May 2022. Or no, Thanksgiving 2021, I'm sorry. But I didn't get them until mid-January, which is an issue considering the website says they ship within 10 business days, and so I was that's kind of sketchy. So I emailed them saying hey, what's going on with that? It's been a month and you haven't shipped my paintings despite what your website says, so either can you tell me what's going on with them, or I want my money back. And so then I got the couple hours later, I never got an email from them, but I did get an email saying, oh, here's your tracking number. But when I put the tracking number in, it didn't work. It said it was invalid, that the package just didn't exist. And this was after waiting multiple days to let it update, because I know you should wait at least 24 hours. I was really sure I got scammed. And then also looking at ads and comments on some of their social media, at the time, a lot of people were saying, oh, I ordered months ago and never got my order. And then their Instagram was deleted, and I couldn't find them on Instagram anymore, which I thought was very, very sketchy. Another thing is that they say they're based in New York, but then when you track your packages, it says it's coming from Hong Kong, which, I mean, hey, if that's who's manufacturing them, then that's fine, but I think you shouldn't be like, oh, we're a USA-based company, and use that marketing if the product isn't actually being made here. So overall, the prints themselves weren't terrible. I think some of the color choices were interesting, but they work, because at some points I was like, that's a little funky of a color, but once I finished the painting, it looked good. There are some things that I was questioning, like there's a white door in one of the pictures, but they had me do yellow and pink, and I just didn't understand that. But that was a little weird. There were also some spots on the paintings where there were just no numbers. Like, they were usually small spots, but there were just no number painted, so you had to kind of like guess what it was supposed to be. But I will show you them so you can see. So this one is the one I painted for my boyfriend. And I don't know, I think it's really cute. I do like how it turned out. My main concern was when I was painting at least his face before I did mine, I was like, it's very dark, because he's also quite pale like me, and so I was like, why is it so dark? But I think it's just because his face was on like a shadow, and I do think it works together pretty well. And then the next one is, I just finished like a couple days ago. This is the one of my great grandma. And obviously it's a little bit mirrored, but so, and actually from a distance, and I shouldn't scrutinize them too much, because if you're up close, then obviously they look a little funky, but when you're like far away, it does look pretty good, because obviously it's a painting, it's meant to be hung on a wall. They don't attach to the frames nicely, if you can tell. Like, they don't like fit in or anything, so I basically took some Elmer's glue and glued them, and then just cut the edges, because I don't really care if there's like some jagged edges. So I'm gonna be honest, I am happy with them. Like, I'm glad I bought them, and like I think they turned out pretty nice, but I'm gonna say that I don't really recommend purchasing from them. It took so long to get them and stuff, and the quality wasn't what I was expecting for the price. Like, for $130, that was with the discount, I was kind of hoping we'd have a little bit like nicer quality paint. That was one of the things with the paints, of like some of them were kind of dried out, so you had to like put water in them and like let them sit for a bit. But then again, I wasn't expecting anything too fancy, because I know it's a paint by numbers kit. It was your typical paint by numbers paint, but I was expecting them to be packaged a little bit better so they wouldn't dry out, because some of them were quite clumpy and hard to work with. And yeah, it took me 2 months to get them when your website says ships within 10 business days. Like, I understand, like, once it ships, they can't control how long it takes, but considering if you purchase other stuff that says it's coming from China or wherever, and standard shipping, it gets to you still within like 2 weeks, I think 2.5 months is kind of ridiculous. And if that's how long it's going to be, then tell your customers that. Be honest of like, hey, we have a lot of orders, we want to make sure it looks good, we are trying to we'll get them out as soon as we can, but I would appreciate someone being honest about that. But yeah, I think that's it. So overall, I was gonna say I do like them, but I would say if you can like look into other companies that do this kind of thing, I'm sure there are others, I would do those instead and make sure that, and then you might get what you were expecting. So I'd probably give it like a 6 or 7 out of 10. Good, I'm glad that I did it, but I probably wouldn't order from them again based on my experience. So that's it. I hope that this was helpful if you were interested in purchasing from them. And hey, if you do want to purchase from them, you can do whatever you want. It's your money. I just thought I would give an honest opinion of what I thought of this company. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video.